Hello and welcome to Gen Y Footy episode 10. I had to say it, Nick Dalsano, because we're into double figures.
Can't believe we got here.
Congratulations. You got a cake this week?
No cakes this week, but I will bring a cake in next week.
Welcome to you boys, but
Thanks.
Nick Dalsano, big win on the weekend again against the Swans. You boys are flying.
Yeah, it was a really good win. We seem to be up one week and down the next, so we've got a big challenge this week.
Is that two in a row? Two on the trot?
We've had one time this week.
Oh, you lost to West Coast.
Yeah, we lost to West Coast 2 weeks ago.
What caught your eye on the weekend, mate, apart from your boys, of course?
What caught my eye, and I hate to say it because we do play them this Friday night, was Richmond's performance. They've really become a force in the AFL. Obviously, haven't made finals for a long period of time, which is well documented, but they've given themselves every possibility this year. I think they're playing some great footy.
Do you give them a chance?
Well, that's the thing. You're playing the Tigers on Friday night. Big game, huge build-up. Have you guys gone down into lockdown? What's the process about this week?
Can't believe they're letting you do this.
Yeah. No, believe it or not, we're going to treat it like every other game, boys. It's, we're coming off a 6-day break, so it's a little bit lighter in regards to our preparation. But we'll be ready to go Friday night. It's going to be a tough one.
Cheers for the cliche. Frankie, how did you see the weekend,
Oh,
mate?
the Pies. 6 on the trot. All of a sudden, they weren't going to win the flag now. They could be flag favourites again within a couple of weeks. How do you reckon they're going? What's going to happen with them?
Going very well. Starting to get a couple of guys back. Daisy Thomas on the weekend, fantastic.
Here he is, here.
There he is, doing his thing. So great to see him back, but unfortunately they lose another key defender, so just can't take a trick.
His gut running was back on the weekend, wasn't it? So he had 13 touches on Dangerfield in the last quarter. He's a jet.
Yeah, no, he's a handy player, Daisy. I think he'd fit quite comfortably into any midfield in the competition.
He's had a haircut like you have.
Daisy?
Yeah, he's had a haircut.
I had one like him.
Yeah.
So I was going to grow it long like Daisy, and then he cut it. I thought, let's go shorter as well.
New haircut, new man, some votes, I reckon. Frankie, bring out the metal detector, the Brownlow metal detector, 25 touches,
Always
2
love
goals.
getting out the Brownlow metal detector.
Might have to dust it off.
Just got to test it. Yes, it's working still.
It's not going to beat me.
No, it won't beat you, but I reckon we're going to have some noise here. That's detecting votes.
Yep.
Nicholas Dalsano, I reckon you're back, mate. I reckon we might see 2 votes on
2
Brownlow
votes.
night for this
Very
round.
generous.
They're very generous to you all years. How many did you poll last year?
About 28.
28. How many of them do you think you should have got?
27.
Okay, listen to it. It's our time for Twitter Hard Hitter. Yes, we love this little segment. At Dull, you like this one, at Dull _is_cute has proclaimed that Buddy Franklin has lost his mojo and will not kick 50 goals this season. Disappointing considering the coin he is on. Okay, well here's some vision of him on the weekend, last weekend, and he kicked, how many did he kick? 1 goal
3
5.
behinds or 4?
1 goal 4?
Yeah.
Terrible. Look, just from angles right in front, from the boundary line, probably should give it off a bit more. What do you reckon? Is he lost his mojo, Dale?
Oh, I wouldn't say so. I mean, he's still probably the best key forward in the competition. I think Hawthorn probably had a down game. The conditions wouldn't have helped Buddy. I think this just happens every now and then. I wouldn't write him off, and we've said it for the last few weeks. It's too early to judge people on what they've done. We played 9 games, still a long time to go. I definitely think he'll kick 50.
Clarko's got to play him deep.
But he's kicked 11 goals, 27 in the past 6 weeks, and for a man who's just brought out a ball to teach you how to kick, he's not doing a very good job at publicising that and promoting that because he's kicking behinds and on the fools.
No, he's not. And I forgot to mention off the top of the show, Frankie, Chelsea, the goal umpire, is going to join us on this show. There's
poor
plenty.
Chelsea, she's not even going to get to do this with Buddy.
No, she's not. Plenty more Gen Y footies.
No, not just yet.
What do you want?
We're going to touch on something because a few weeks ago, remember when St Kilda said they're going to go play games in New Zealand?
Yes.
We touched on it, and Dale, you said that you're not moving to New Zealand, but you are going to play games there, correct?
Correct, that's correct.
That's come up again, and of course the coach, Scotty Waters, has mentioned that again recently. So it's going to happen.
Yes.
Is he ever Anzac Day, they're saying, Frankie?
So to climatise you with the New Zealand,
You've got a prop, don't you?
climate and the community, and we've got a prop, but guess what? We've got a live prop.
You're kidding me.
And this is our mate.
Get that
James.
thing away from me.
Oh, he doesn't, his legs.
James who,
sloppy on the
Frankie?
feet. This is James Quill.
Are you going to kill it? What are you doing?
WSPA will be on in the front. RSPA. See you. He's just hanging out. I'm not trying to hurt you. I just want you to familiarise yourself. This is Nick. Go to James and give him a pat. And you'll have plenty of these opportunities to do this.
Yeah, I think we're plenty more Gen Y footy still to
He's going
come.
to join us for the whole show. He's going to sit next to us on this table here.
So is Chelsea. She's up next on Gen Y Footy.
Tasmania. It's home to some of the toughest, harshest environments in the world. The weather can change in an instant. And yet Blunston has survived here for over 140 years. You don't survive that long without making a boot that's tough on the outside, but soft on the inside. Blunston, tough by nature.
Welcome back to Gen Y Footy. Well, a very special guest is in the studio right now. Chelsea, thanks for stopping by.
Pleasure, thanks for having me.
Now, just a question that I always wonder about umpires. What made you get into it?
Well, yeah, funnily enough, just love footy. And I think that's, a lot of umpires just get into it because they love the game and for whatever reason, they decided not to play anymore or, just wanted to give umpiring a go. So for me, it was just wanted to be part of the game, just loved it.
And to make history. So you're the second ever, aren't you, female umpire?
That's right.
So you're on your own out there at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, at the moment, yep.
Yeah.
So Katrina Presley was the other one, not Elvis Presley's daughter, but...
you sure? Can you confirm?
I can't actually.
Ask Chelsea.
Chelsea, is it Elvis' daughter? I'm not too sure.
No, all we know is Elvis he got around in there, so but no. Pretty sure it's no relation.
Yeah. Now, did you ever speak to Katrina about, what it's like to be a goal umpire?
I came through the system up in Brisbane and Katrina did too, so I guess she was sort of up there and leading the way a little bit. So I did know her and have a chat to her, prior to getting on the list and when I was listed.
Yep. Now, what sort of training is required as a goal umpire these days?
You'd be surprised, actually. A lot of physical fitness requirements.
Well, there's some here, Chelsea, just popping up on the screen. You and the little medicine ball there, yes.
Great. We do a 5K time trial in the pre-season, so there's a benchmark for that, and then we do agility sprint tests through the year. We get skin folded about half a dozen times a year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you're fitter than Frankie because he can't even run around a footy oval once.
Oh really?
Now, boys, I actually have a question for Chelsea. In the pre-season, we had a game at, I think it's Vizzy Park at Carlton, and we had the away rooms, which I believe you guys use for your training facilities.
We do indeed. And
I did see on the wall an A3 size piece of paper of your recovery requirements. Is it true that you do ice baths recoveries?
You're kidding, Chelsea. Turn it up.
I promise you, it said goal umpires ice bath recovery.
No.
It did. It did.
Look, I've done about 2 ice baths in my life, but the option is there. And you know how important it is to recover properly.
I do.
It wasn't here when you had that sore shoulder. We've got some vision here. You've just...
what happened there? Too many one behind?
Actually, we laugh, but we used to have a push-up test, and I'm pretty sure that's how I did the shoulder, to be honest. Yeah. And then, you just agitated each week with those signals. So.
Yeah.
Now, rivalry between you and the field umpire, surely there's something there. Why do they prance around like they're... doesn't stink?
Oh. Do you reckon?
Yeah, they do. They think they're better than the goal umpires?
Look, I don't
you know what to say.
It's probably best that I don't really comment. But nah, look, they're all right.
Yeah.
Come
so you all get
on,
along.
A bunch of guys, we all get along. We have to get along because we've all got to work as a team. So I think it's like any group of people. You've got different personalities, and everyone's just there trying to do the job. So you all get along.
You've been around a while umpiring. Like, I think 2004 you started. What's the hardest decision you've had to adjudicate on in a game?
Oh, good question.
That's unusual for Frankie to have a good question. So well done.
Thank you.
Look, there are, I guess, the sorts of decisions that are difficult for us are the ones where maybe you've got a ball that's contested on the line and you're sort of getting pushed out of the way. You've got to get right on line, get that really good view of the ball, and maybe just get a fingertip to it. Or it's just those ones that it can be really hard to pick up.
Frankie was asking me before, why do they really need to get down there really low and stretch the back out? Well, you can ask it.
I'm fascinated about the goal umpires because I reckon it's very interesting what you guys have to do to get yourselves in the right position, and you do make those funny little you bend over and you're sort of looking like this and all that, which is very full on. But my question was, why is it so required? You have to do that. Why can't you just stroll onto the goal line? Why is there such a critical technique that has to be followed?
Well, you've got to be in exactly the right place at the right time because, looking from some of the replays that you see on telly and from like the review system, you could look at a decision from 4 different camera angles and you would think, what is it? Like, it's absolutely crucial that we are dead set in the right position to be able to get the right view, to know what the ball is sometimes.
With the modern technology that's come into the game, obviously with the video review, do you feel that's made your job easier, or has it put more pressure on you to get it right to start with, and knowing that you could actually have made the wrong decision and then it becomes public?
Yeah, another good question. You boys are
hard hitting.
I've been preparing all day. I had a day off training to get a couple of these ready.
I don't think it really makes our decision harder as such. Like we're still, we're required to do our job 100%, make sure we're in the right spot. I think the good thing about the review is, if you're in a position where you're going to consultation anyway, now we've got a review, a replay available to us, whereas before, you're sort of relying on other umpires to come in and try to work out what's going on.
So, Dale was part of that actually. He kicked the point and you actually told them that it wasn't goal?
It was about maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago against Melbourne. I actually kicked behind, realised it was, and they were conferring, trying to work out what happened. I was actually trying to say it actually missed, knowing that it was going to get
But you were quite serious on it too. You said sometimes you don't have to go to the review system all the time.
Yeah, in those examples, I felt that the overemphasising of making the correct decision wasn't actually needed, that the goal umpire could have just taken initiative and could have just made a strict decision to start with. But I can understand the difficulty and the pressures that happen on game day.
Yeah.
I mean, by the same token, you know, if a goal umpire is certain of what they've seen, then, you know, we're instructed just give your decision. And I had a close one the other week where I did exactly that. It was very close, but I thought, nah, sticking to my guns. I know exactly what it is. And, you know, you get criticised all over the place because people don't know, but then it's always nice to see the video that you've got it right. But, yeah, if you're sure, give the decision.
Have you ever been tempted like this guy who stuck up his thumbs just to do something silly or...
Yeah, that was his last match.
Yeah. Was that seriously his last match?
It was, yeah, but he knew that before he started.
Okay.
But yeah, probably something I wouldn't try to do.
No. Chelsea, we could go on all day because he's fascinated.
I wasn't, well, I don't know if I wasn't because I didn't play football, so if I wasn't playing football, which I'm not, I would have been a goal umpire, but I'm not that either. So, but is this all right if I wanted to?
Yeah.
Is that a good little technique? Could I get a job somewhere at local level?
That is good. I mean, obviously, we've talked
a
lot
lot
about...
You could be his mentor. And get
I haven't seen your positioning, though, so I don't know what you're going to do. I think you've got a lot of potential.
Too strict. Can I ask one more question before we go?
Go, Dal.
Now, when I speak to our full forwards and our full backs, they cop a lot of comments over the fence. You being in the goal square and often the ball's at the other end of the field, have you heard any classic sayings over the bench that you thought, actually, that's pretty funny? Oh, yeah, I like that one.
Look, there's one that's probably a little bit sexist, but I went to take out my scorecard once and write the score down, and someone thought it was funny just to yell the phone number over the fence. And I had a bit of a chuckle over that.
Yeah.
You know, you go with it.
Yeah. Well, Chelsea, thank you for giving up your time. This has been sensational. Usually we give protein away. Usually we give Blundstones away. You can have them as well, but I think Dale's brought in a bottle of wine for Chelsea.
You've got a nice bottle of Moe and for you because, you know, you don't need the boots and the protein powder. You're a female. You're on our show. We appreciate what you do and we admire what you do. And thanks for coming.
Or maybe that really buff goal umpire might want the protein. You could give it to him for us. What's his name?
The big one with big
Pete
chest.
Estasi.
Yeah.
He's
a big unit.
He usually lines a few of us up at training. He just has one on either side and just... So he's very, very strong, very fit. So and he's a good umpire too.
Very good, Chelsea.
Right. Thanks, that guys. I won't have it before the match.
And that's only prop. We need that back. So.
Big budget on this show. Plenty more Gen Y footy still to come. Dale's Inbox up next.
Hey guys, so you're gonna have protein after your workout, right? But hang on, you need the right protein to get the right results. Vital Strength Pro Muscle. It builds serious muscle, not just bulk. Vital Strength Hydroxy Ripped, getting you lean and ripped faster. Vital Strength Launch, the great tasting low carb whey protein. Are you getting the right results from your protein? Complete nutrition is vital. Always insist on Vital Strength.
Welcome back to Gen Y Footy and welcome back to James. Great to be back.
Yes, James.
You happy to be here, James?
He's having a good time. Have you said hello? Yeah, we get along well. We couldn't have him for the Chelsea segment because he was a little bit unsettled. He actually pooed just over there.
So you can take him down to the club this week, though.
Yeah, Jimmy will.
Now it's time for Dale's Inbox.
And always brought to you by Blundstone, boys.
You've got mail.
We actually haven't had as many correspondence this week, but that's not the important part. The important part is we've got some really good ones.
Ah, good.
So here we go. The first one is a tweet from @mug_26. Dal, we saw you with the dog earlier in the year, and I think it is true that owners look like their pets. I have further evidence because Alan Tooby bought a new dog this week. Here is Alan.
Yep.
Yeah, yes.
Old possum eyes.
Old possum eyes. And here's his new dog.
Very good work. I like that one, Dal.
Old possum Tooby.
Item number two.
Item number 2, straight into it. Dal, you were presented with a trophy last year for winning Player of the Year award last year. I bet you it is in the rubbish bin. And
who's that from?
It's from the TrueSainters.com, which are a St Kilda supporters group, and each year they present an award, which they did.
So this is true?
This is true. Yeah, they came out to the Seaford or Linden House Oval in the start of the pre-season and presented it to me.
Okay, where is it?
I've still got it.
You've still got it? Where is it?
It's at the footy club.
Yeah? Are you sure? Positive?
I'm pretty sure.
You moved houses over summer, didn't you?
Yeah, I've had a busy break. No.
So you can bring it in next week?
Yeah.
All right. Well, he'll bring it next week and prove that he's still got it.
I still have it.
Item number 3.
Item number 3 is called Then Me, Now Me.
Yep.
Yeah. And this is a segment we saw it, was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
This was
about
last week.
A photo when you were a child and then wearing the same outfit now when you've obviously grown up.
Correct.
Yeah. We've nominated you to go first. So.
Yeah, I'm going to go first. So the photo of me from when I was a young fella.
Yes,
looking
there
pretty
you are.
cute.
Little set of overalls.
Cute.
Yep.
Now, the closest thing you found to overalls was what you've got on in this next photo.
Yeah, which is probably still
Small,
a little bit female-like.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Not quite as cute. I've definitely grown a little bit, but
Fantastic.
hey, it is what it is, boys.
it is what it
You
is.
two are going to get your turn as well, so you can laugh now.
Well
but
worth
definitely
the
come back
That's a
here.
great project.
Thanks to my project too, making it the hardest ever with the rainbow coloured jacket.
Well, that's why we had to delay it, because that jacket that your parents dressed you in was probably the most hideous, and I don't think they sell them.
All right,
anymore.
fashion police over
So,
here.
that's why we couldn't find it and do Dean's photo.
It's now time for Put Your House on It. Yes, we like this one. I survived last week, Del.
Did very well.
Brisbane Lions didn't get over the ruse, but there was a bit of scare halfway through that one, the
They
last
came
quarter.
back hard. A very good game. Very good game.
It was a good game.
But a good tip.
I survived.
You
So
did.
no back crack and sack. Frankie, back to you.
But you were packing yourself a little bit. You were a little bit nervous about having a
I was.
backpack attack. So I'm going to go for Carlton to beat Port Adelaide. I think that's pretty safe.
And where's that game at?
That's over at Amy.
Okay. Okay.
That's very
Port
safe.
have played okay. They played some good games
They come
over
off
there
a
as well.
win.
Yeah.
Carlton didn't play the greatest on the weekend against Melbourne. So I'm going for them. It's not a safe one, but it's safe enough to put your house on.
Well, thank you to Chelsea for coming by. She was great. Good luck to you also. Friday night footy. Richmond take on St Kilda. Do you reckon you'll win? Of course you do.
I always think we'll win.
What do you reckon?
I believe the Saints might get up.
We'll put your house on it.
I'll put my house on it.
So you've changed it?
No.
No, you've already chosen St Kilda
Yeah,
once,
can't
haven't you?
do
That
that.
got you in trouble last time.
Yeah, so not going to do that again.
We'll see you next
Hang on,
week.
hang on, you forgot to thank our friend here.
Thank you, James. Now you can go to your owner, Nick Dalsano.
James Quilt.
James Quilt. So you'll take that down to the club.
Dale, you taking him with you?
No, Sunday lunch.
Sunday lunch. Well, the RSPCA.
Can't say that. Sorry.
We'll see you next week on Gen Y Footy.